Hello and welcome to episode 58 of the Talking Wednesday podcast. I hope this episode finds you well. I am Dex, joined by Punk Chef 41 as usual. We are here to bring you all the Wednesday news with a little bit of chatter for you to crack your timestamps on early in the comments this week. Yeah, I always know when someone's like, "Oh, get here for the football." I'm like, right, I respect it. But let's be honest. This podcast is half waffles. It's Pancake Day tomorrow. Today, the day of the
it is Pancake
the podcast
Day today.
Going out.
Remind me, must buy pancake mixture or my little one will kill me and make it up.
Or just make them.
Well,
fresh.
I need to have the stuff to make it I'll go shopping basically.
You're gonna go and get a squirty tub, aren't you? And just be like, that's going in.
Hell no.
And
they taste like rank.
They taste like rank. Okay, so what's like rank when it's at home?
Anything that I don't like, so broccoli.
Fair enough. I'm just like looking around, and the camera wasn't set up for this because I'd realised I'd been opening Pokemon cards, and I'm just surrounded by them, and I was like, oh crap, I've got to quickly go and record, so I've had to move everything out of the way, and there's like lots of children's cardboard all around me currently that I'm trying not to spill my tea on, but yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, how's your week been, mate?
Been interesting. I've been getting a lot of things done. I've got a lot of things that I need to send back and get repaired now, which is not good, but they're all under warranty, so thankfully it'll all get done. And renewing home insurance and stuff like that. Adult stuff that's rubbish and just don't want to do it. Yeah, not fun. But apart from that, good. Been interesting watching people talk about certain subjects on Wednesday. I did one about the training ground, which I did quite well. For one, I didn't know we didn't own the land. I thought we owned it. Council own it. So we can't sell it off to build a new one. So there goes that mine and your plan. So yeah, it's been interesting, but it's actually been quite nice to watch a bit of football over the last couple of days as well. I've managed to watch a lot. And I agree with someone that said on Twitter, managers should take the 12th penalty of cup finals. What do you think?
I don't know. I enjoyed that one, though.
I
did enjoy that one. I watched, especially like when the number 2 keeper comes on and Kepa's doing all that waving. I did think like you have stitched him right up here, Tuchel. But also, it was the fact that Kepa was trying to distract every single penalty. He was being one of those. So when he's the one to miss the penalty...
Well, I love Van Dijk.
Karma, isn't it?
I loved Van Dijk. He went that side, so I'm going to hit it that side.
Yeah. No, they were bloody good penalties, in fairness. Not very good keeping, but yeah, I'm just glad Chelsea didn't win something else.
Yeah, same.
Chelsea... Go on.
I like the little kid getting pulled out the thing by Alisson to lift the cup up. That probably made his entire year.
Oh, right. I had no idea who that kid. I thought it was like one of the.
No, it was some dad turned around and would saying to Alisson, "Can he touch the cup? Can he touch the cup?" And Alisson just said, "Like, you can lift it up if you want."
Yeah, that's probably that. Yeah, I don't know. I watched that and I'm probably a grumpy old man, but I was like, that's not where you do it. I know it'd be like, oh, but I was like, no, that's not where you do it. Traditions. I'm so grumpy.
How's your week been, man?
All right, yeah. And off all that, I'll continue the Chelsea thing, and then I'll tell you about my week. I was sick of Chelsea winning everything. They were the master of a 1-0 cup final. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
I lived in Liverpool for a while, as you know, so I don't mind seeing Liverpool do all right. But yeah, my week, it's been good. I'm getting into this health thing, and it's all right. You know, I say that I'm having a KFC tonight, but
it's chicken.
But do you know what's great about it? It's because I'm about to go and do quite an intensive workout, right? Oh, look at me, and it'll still be burning it, and I'm on a calorie deficit today, so the KFC will fit in the calorie deficit. So I'm more about, rather than being funny about it, I'm making sure I get the right type of foods that I need.
Yeah,
still enjoying it. I've worked out a way to keep a calorie deficit and still not have to cut out stuff like pizza. Obviously, I cut down on it, right? But I don't have to cut it out.
Does this affect dexterity drink?
I did go again. I'm saying I love this health kick. I went out on the sesh at the weekend as well.
Oh God, you're
So
sounding
like,
old.
yeah, I know. So like, but then I did. That was quite naughty actually because I knew we were going out again. I had just a protein shake all day. That's it. So I knew I was sitting at like 200-300 calories.
Yeah.
So I thought, so if I do like 6 to 8 pints tonight, that's going to be about 1,600 calories, which is kind of where around where I'm trying to keep the deficit in there. So I was like, I'll go slightly over because I'll have a meal as well. Don't get me wrong, I didn't want to be dead. I wasn't going to have a protein shake and then 6 to 8 pints, right?
I hope you add something in between that.
Yeah, no, I had a meal, but I was like, so I can go out on a night out and only be like 500 calories over for that day and then course correct the next day. So that's exactly what I did, and it's sort of like I'm feeling better in a week. So I'm like, you just needed to sort yourself out and actually set yourself to something because I'm not going to lie, but it is just more about a case of just like sort it out, track what you're eating, you'll feel better. And in a week it has sort of like it started to get on those tracks.
To James Watch, not Weight Watchers, James Watch, where we find out week
we're not.
week.
We're not. Because we'll know I'll just drop off one week and I'll stop talking about it and it's because I've had 3 takeaways and
everyone will be in the comment. Everyone will be in the comment going, "What, is he all right? What happened to the health kit?"
I'll be like, "Don't ask." I'll be there just like turning off camera with you're just a kebab. You'll see me move to the side and I'll just be like, bloody hell. Just chili sauce, more chili sauce.
The Pokemon card got to him.
No.
Good video, by the way, mate, on that one.
Oh, yeah. I've not actually even seen how that's doing. I kind of that channel is just such a side project that I very rarely like. I just upload it.
I saw the Discord where they say playing Pokemon.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't upload to that channel very much, but yeah. In terms of my week, apart from that, it's work's been busy, so that's why it was nice to get other things sort of balanced because work is work at the minute. It's one of the, unfortunately, work is work at the minute. It's not work is, oh yeah, really enjoying this part of it. It is sort of like, oh, this is actually quite stressful and trying to get stuff sorted at the minute. So that side of it, that's why I need to make sure physically I'm balancing some stuff out and having a bit of balance. But I hope our listeners, I hope you've had a lovely week. I hope wherever you're listening to this, you are doing well, most likely in your car. Definitely have to have some pictures sent to us of where people listen to us.
Careful with that. Careful with that.
That could get weird.
That could get very weird.
Yeah, that really could get weird, actually. Yeah, don't do
that. Don't do
that. You're all right, thanks. I listened to you in the bath. Would you like a lovely picture?
I'll give you a selfie.
Thank you. Not again. Not again.
I love the fact that your brain was like, send a picture where you listen to it, and your brain caught up and went, I know.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, should we talk about Sheffield Wednesday at some point? Because the good thing is I'm in high spirits because Wednesday have been doing all right, and that started this week. Actually, to be honest, it didn't start this week, did it? We've had one match this week.
We had one match. We should have done the Fleetwood game, but it got postponed due to their...
It did.
I think it wasn't their pitch, it's their stadium. They had stadium damage from the wind.
Well, more housekeeping before we do that, actually.
Oh, yes.
Wednesday Burton. Dexterity Watch is back tonight. 7:45 is when I'll be on screen. However, we open chat at about past, so come and chat. Punk will be in there.
Yep.
We'll be chatting. We'll be doing all of that. I say we're talking about Sheffield Wednesday. We're not quite doing that yet. So keep your timestamps. It's all good. Discord is available. Get in touch. Membership options. Click join below if you'd like to support us financially. Leave us a review. We've got no new reviews this week, but you can do that on Podchaser, Apple Podcasts, all of that good stuff. Follow us on socials at Talking Word, at Dexterity Box, and at PunkChef41. On most things, you will find us there.
Yep.
Random topic to start. Right. So if we don't get a random topic because one of us has forgot to put the community topics up, so we haven't had enough randoms in. Sophie's decided to horrifyingly start them herself. And
I read this
today
earlier and I had to Google it.
Has sent in and said, would you rather be a reverse centaur or a reverse mermaid / merman? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. They're both horrifying.
Well, process it and have a proper think there.
Okay, I'm going to go with reverse merman.
You would rather be walking around with your pickle flapping in the air and have a fish upper body. Yeah. That's what you're going with there.
Can I tell you why? I can slap people in the face.
With what?
With my flipper.
Oh, right. Okay. I was going to say, because you still have the bottom half.
No, with my flipper. I can smack people in the face.
No, that's acceptable then. That I'm just going to have a look at some reverse centaurs because I'm not sure I want to commit to this one. Oh, okay. Can you imagine saying, like, from the front, be like, oh, I bet he's hung like a horse. And then you're like, yeah, that's just a weird look, isn't it, really?
You may have to explain to people what it is.
So, a reverse centaur is basically a horse with a human. You keep your bottom half of a human. So, the fact that she's put the reverse in here is fun, right? Because it means you've got human legs and the top half is either fish or horse, basically. Because if you're a merman, you would usually have your upper body and then the bottom part would be fish. Same with the horse legs and the upper body. So, quite actual, like, strong creatures because you'd still have the upper body, you'd keep your human-like features. But this time, no, you've just got your legs, your privates, and then you're an animal from the waist up. Honestly, I think I'd choose death, to be honest.
That's not an option, though.
No, it's not. I'd probably go for the centaur. Because do you really want to stink a fish? Be an actual fish?
True.
Plus, can you imagine just like trying to swim around and you've got your back half being a human? Just like you've got this front half that's, oh yes, like, and then you've got the speed of a human just like flapping. Right, well, you need to send us some community topics in there. Right? They're going to get worse than this from the community now we've said this. But if Soph's left to her own devices here and starts putting the random topic in at the start, I think we're in trouble. Right.
Shall we talk about football?
Shall we talk about football? No, I don't think we will. I think we'll do an hour's podcast on everything going on in the world. Actually, let's not, because that's depressing.
That's
depressing.
That is really depressing
at the minute. Christ.
And just from us, if anyone's out there, please stay safe. Please look after yourselves. And if you can do anything to help in terms of clothes, anything like that, please do so because they need it right now.
I lost followers for saying F war. And I was like, how is that controversial? Who still wants to go to war? Especially unnecessary wars. Jesus Christ.
The crazy man in control of Russia. And probably the crazy man in control of North Korea.
Yeah, there's a few more that as well, but
there is. It's all messed up when China turn around and go, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, they're just like, "Oh, you've spoiled our plan. Now we can't." Like you've put us back a few years because that's the thing. Like they were sitting pretty. China were doing some dodgy stuff on the back end, and I'm not going to go all Trump-esque China, but like they were doing some dodgy stuff on the back end as well. But like Russia have just gone, you know what? Why not? And it's just horrific. I think do you know the one thing that I really want people to see from this is like this is real and you're actually seeing it. When we've had war, you haven't really seen it. You haven't had people with modern technology filming it right in front of your eyes. People looking out of their windows and seeing this. This is just. We look back on, in this country, we look back on war. Obviously, we've had the Middle Eastern wars, but you look back on war as sort of like this time where it's so far detached from us that you forget the actual darker side of it and the fact that you look back on it as this pride thing because obviously we won the world wars and stuff like that, but you forget looking back at it that all of that comes from destabilization, and I don't want this to descend to where it is. War is not necessary anymore. We're meant to be a civilized society and civilized nations. It's not necessary. I don't care. You obviously need your defenses. You need MAD, all of that sort of thing, but you do not need to kill each other anymore. Yeah. You know what we need to be doing? We need to be trying to stop the fact that we're killing each other with stuff and trying to look for probably another planet soon. Do you know what I mean? Let's put our efforts into that instead of killing each other just because he just needs someone to shake him and go, you've got a really big penis.
What got me yesterday was when he had the whole thing where he said it and you could see both his generals go, what? What are you doing? Their faces just were like, okay, we're doing this then. But enough about that. Let's talk about football.
Yeah, I think something needs to be said though, because because I do feel a bit weird just carry on as normal without saying something. Yeah, so definitely. There's that part. You can call us whatever you want in the comments, whatever. To be honest though, I think this is a unifying thing from the West. We're sort of like nobody wants war. We've all got enough. Afford it. Yeah. Also, just human lives, they just get overlooked. Yep. You know. Nobody, just imagine having to go away from your kids and fight in a war because you've got no choice, because that's the situation that Ukraine have been put in, and it's not right.
A lot of the videos I've seen where dads have left children broke me a little bit.
Can you imagine though? Like, just it's horrible, isn't it? Yeah. It's horrible. Shouldn't be happening. Right, let's move into the football then. Let's move into the football segment of the podcast. So, Wednesday Charlton, midweek. Let's go, Punk. What did you think of this one?
Well, Saturday, anyway, because it wasn't midweek.
Did I say midweek? I thought I said this week.
Yeah, you might have said...
Okay. I probably said midweek. Go on.
We didn't really get out of second gear. Charlton were poor. I was expecting a little bit more, but I was speaking to a Charlton fan. He said, no, since we hired Jackson as manager, it's gone downhill again. Great free kick from Bannon to get Byers. Byers, I think that's the third or fourth goal since coming into the team. Really smart little piece of business there. And we own him. He's our player, so we don't have to have that thing where we like a player and then he go back. So that's nice for a change. But
you said this last week, and yet again, I said that was my tweet.
Yeah, I know. But it's nice. It's nice to have it that. When the thing that got me,
you're gonna say it again. He's gonna repeat it again, just in case. Just in case you weren't sure.
Every week. But what got me about this was how we controlled it, and there's something about our midfield three now which is really solid. Mass, Bannon, and Byers, and it just runs really well. We're starting to get more crosses into the box. That's looking like the best option, and we've been calling for that for ages, but we haven't had the player fit. And that second goal, the build-up for that was just superb. Both from Bannon to Mass, the ball from Mass was just split their defence, a good crossing by Johnson, and Berahino or Patterson could have got onto it, and in the end it was Big P. And it's good to see him going again and enjoying his football a little bit. You can tell at times Patterson gets frustrated a lot if he gets subbed off or if he's not able to come on. The fact that he's now playing, I think I saw him do an interview with the Star where he turned around and said, all I'm waiting for now is to get the goalkeeping gloves because that's the only position I've not played yet, kind of thing. And I like that. I like that there's a spirit in this team now that we haven't seen in a while. And I think the comments after the game from Darren Moore saying when I came, this was a broken club, was actually telling. And he said there's still bits that are broken that we need to fix, but we're getting there bit by bit. And
I really hope he carries this on, because I think we were some of the only voices left that didn't turn on him.
Yeah.
At certain points, that are quite spoken about Wednesday. Yeah. I think we were. I don't delve in much of the Wednesday media, in fairness, so I might be talking out my arse. But what it seemed like on the social media front, especially, was it had started to really turn for him, and we got quite a bit of stick for saying just stick with him because look at the situation he's in.
We got more than a little bit of stick
for a while, but
yeah. The thing is, you got to let a manager build, and that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Let him. I'm not going to say it, actually, because I don't want to. We need to go on a run. Let's put it that way. You look at what the table is, you look at the points. There is a chance. It's slim, but there's a chance. The teams in that top half who are inconsistent. We have shown that we can be consistent in, even if it's just getting draws, which we don't need, we need wins. But we showed for a period, we went 12, was it 12 unbeaten or something? But we're now getting goal scorers back.
Around that.
We're getting goal scorers back, which is great. And Berahino looked like a completely different player.
Confidence player.
Yeah, some of the touches he's doing to like just open play up and get into it. We're just not going to go too far, because I've seen people say it about going, this. Let's just keep climbing, see what happens. Let's just see what happens, because there's a lot of football left. Hopefully we can get Gregory back sooner. It seems like he keeps being pushed further and further back, which is slightly irritating. And it sounds like there's no update on Winder yet. But they're still doing the business. So
why rush him back when you keep winning, though?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. If you're going a little bit of a slump and you can bring some of these players back and be like, oh, it's like having a new signing. The
Wenger comment.
Yeah, it's true, though, because think about it. Wednesday lose a match, and then the next match you can bring like a Windass back into the side, and it lifts everybody again, and then you go on a run of a couple of games, and then you have a slump, and you can bring a Gregory back in. It's different. It's that kind of thing that leads you towards a run to promotion, and I was talking to a Sunderland fan, actually, on Saturday night, who thought that he was saying, like, see, we're falling off a cliff. You're probably going to have our playoff spot at this rate, because they're not doing well. And they've not got much confidence in themselves at the minute. Let's look at the stats for that match. So Wednesday Charlton was 10 shots to Charlton's 4. Wednesday had 3 of those shots on target, while Charlton were only forced to 1 shot on target that match. 61% possession for Wednesday, 39% for Charlton. And we had 435 passes to their 290. So we passed them off a park a little bit there.
I will say they should have had a penalty near the end. It was a handball, but didn't get given. And what I think, we got a bit of the luck for a change, because we hadn't had that at times.
Yeah, it's like it's a case of how much could they have done in that time as well, But to be fair, I would be saying, well, a penalty can change a game, and then you can go and So there is that, but we 2 goals convincing.
Very.
I'm happy with that.
And look what happened when you get an actual defence at the back. It shows you that our main issue this season have been lack of defenders and lack of strikers. Now we're starting to see the defence sorted. If we can get striker back, we're laughing. Because at one point, it was like, this season, it's like we're scoring, but we're conceding too much, but we're scoring enough to get through. And I think having Dory at the back has been a revelation for the club, because he's just so confident in what he does.
He is. It's just having centre backs, man.
Yeah.
Having the freedom with the formation. Looking at it now, I looked at that lineup on Saturday and I could tell the formation that was going to be played, and it was nice, and actually see it and not getting surprised by the formation, things like that. You can see where we're moving about, and we've got options. The
pitch wasn't great, let's be honest. It looked dreadful, but that's going to be the case. I don't think there's a lot they can do now till the end of the season. Sadly. So it's not great.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah, strange that.
Strange that, isn't it?
There's not a lot they can do, I don't think. But we didn't let it affect us. We managed to use it to our advantage and play to it. And if that's the case, we just got to do that, haven't we?
True. Let's have a look at. I got no more to add on that one, man. It feels like every time Wednesday go out at the minute, we can win, and I like having that feeling again. I haven't had that feeling in a long time, and it's a good feeling. Long may it continue. Let's not talk about it too much, jinx it. League One review at the minute. So Wigan played Sunderland. Sunderland won 3-0. So even though I was talking about them not feeling too confident, they did beat Wigan.
They did get 2
3-0.
penalties.
Yeah, but the scoreline says different. But 2 penalties again changed the match. They would have still got a goal. Got to give them the dues there, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
Cheltenham lost to Crewe 2-1. Plymouth lost at home against Rotherham 1-0. Rotherham are up, let's be honest. Morecambe versus Ipswich ended 1-1. Wimbledon Doncaster ended 2-2. Portsmouth Fleetwood ended 3-3.
Yep.
Nice little run of fixtures there. Burton Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury won 2-0. And then Accrington Stanley Wickham. Accrington Stanley beat Wickham, which is very much in our favour.
Adio in good. His first goal for Accrington Stanley as well.
Adio, it was it. I did hear that they'd won 3-2, but I didn't actually look into the scores on that one.
He got the goal.
There you go, Steve. How about that? MK Dons Bolton. MK Dons got 2 goals to win at Bolton. Not at Bolton, at MK Dons even. Oxford Cambridge ended 4-2 to Oxford, and Lincoln versus Gillingham ended up in a loss for Lincoln. Gillingham beating them 2-0 there. And the table looks like this. I love how I say that like I'm on Sky and I'm about to pull up the table. I'm not. Wednesday are in 6th on 58 points, 33 matches played. 1 point above us are Sunderland in 5th.
They play 35.
I say 1 place and 1 point. Yeah, this is really small on my screen. I knew this anyway. They have got 2 more matches played. Oxford United are on 62 points in 4th. They have also got 35 matches played to our 33 points. So, Wednesday very much in the driving seat here. You win those 2 games in hand, and you could theoretically be as high as 4th.
Yeah. But also look at Plymouth.
Yeah, Plymouth 33 games played, 56 points. Pretty much the exact same as us. They've just got a worse goal difference, haven't they? Oh, no, I can't read. No, I can read. That's an 8 on us. Sorry, it is an 8 on us. Oh my God, I'm such a boomer. Right. Because that's what I was talking about Saturday night. I was saying Plymouth, because I was talking to the Sunderland fan, and they were like, you and Plymouth are going to destroy any chance of us staying in this playoffs if this keeps happening, because Plymouth can do the run and come in. So playoffs is very much to play for most teams.
It's interesting with Wickham, because somebody actually made the point, since they got Wing
around that, obviously.
He's not played yet for them. They were saying. But there's something not right with Wickham. They are dropping. And you look at the result with Lincoln as well. You expected Lincoln to be up around this season, and it's just not happened. They are looking more and more likely they could go down. Lincoln, where they are in the table. There's a lot of teams that you're looking where you're thinking they should be a lot higher up, but we do it. A lot of people are going back to the old when we first got promoted and we pipped it to Sheffield United kind of feeling. But let's just see what we can do. There's a lot of games.
I do feel like. Oh, by the way, the playoff finals the day after my birthday.
Oh Jesus!
Birthday weekend trip there, man.
Yeah.
I was just because I was like, well, I might as well just book the weekend off anyway.
Yeah.
Because we either go away for my birthday or we can go away and I can go to a playoff final.
Win-win.
Exactly. So I'll just book it. I'll book everything off now and make sure I've got
I said the only thing that I got when I looked at our games running is that we've got NK Dons and we've got Wickham. The rest of them are teams below us apart from... the rest of them are teams below us. We played everyone in that top race now, which is good for us. So the only issue I got is we are that team that sometimes will not turn up for those games, but I think that mentality now changing and shifting. You're seeing that with Darren Moore. He's making them going, just because they're so-and-so, you still got to beat them. You ain't got a God-given right. And I think the mentality changing with some of the players now, which is good to see.
I like the feel around the club at the minute. I mean, I know quite a few fans don't because of the new behaviour policies and things like that. That's a completely separate issue. But I do like the on the pitch, especially, and the vibe around all of that. Enjoy that.
I have been laughing at some of the people comments on the behaviour policy.
Yeah, it's been quite funny. I don't want us getting reduced allocations and things like that, but some of it has been quite funny on social media. Right. So let's talk a little bit about Windass and Gregory. Gregory, as we said, keeps getting pushed back. So when do you think Gregory's probably going to end up back in the side?
I'm hoping middle of March.
Yeah?
I'm hoping middle of March.
That's what's been suggested, hasn't it? Sort of he keeps saying next week we'll reassess.
It's a toe injury, I think. So
broken toe, I think.
Yeah. They're hard to do. It's like I'm wondering, could he have had an injection, but could that just made it worse because of it being a toe injury and you kick the ball? I don't know. And for Lee Gregory, he will want to play as much as possible because, he's 33, I think.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
So he's going to be wanting to play as much football as possible. And up until him getting injured, he was the goal scorer. He was the one getting us the goals. And then we got Windass back, and Windass came with really good energy. It was just a shame to lose him at the time we did. But if we can get Gregory back and then get Windass back soonish, I'd be happy. At the minute, all I see about Windass is him talking boxing.
Yeah, Windass is going to be longer. It's gonna be a little bit more of a while, but as I said, he could come back into the squad in that run where we really need him, you know. And I would prefer that when we're still winning to have a player like that to come back in and help us out. You know, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Right, I never do this because we always do our own things. Right, I never do this, but it's a slow nose week, so I will say I think like. Pretty good piece of work. That sounded more patronising than I meant. Obviously, it's always good. Dom's a great journalist, but they did a little survey thing where they got the survey thing. What a git! You know what I mean? They did a survey. The words are not coming out right. They did it. They did a fantastic, amazing, brilliant. Right? Because they just what do you say if you quote somebody else's work? For Christ's
article.
sake. They did a good bit of work that I thought, do you know what? We never talk about other people's bits of work because we feel like we should do it ourselves. But I read this and I was like, let's talk about it, you know, because they they surveyed over 150 Wednesday fans and they basically got I think the article in Examiner Live was the verdict on Wednesday at the minute, the verdict on Wednesday. So this is taken from the Examiner Live. Almost 55% of Owls fans grade the team's performance as a C, while only 18.5% give it a B grade. So overall, the performance is a C.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. Supporters scored Darren Moore's managerial performance as a 6.16 out of 10 on average. I don't really agree with that.
I think that's a bit harsh.
I think that's quite harsh.
I think he's done a fantastic job considering the injuries that he's had to deal with. And
I think Darren Moore's going to constantly face an uphill battle with our fans because there's some of our fan base that have just completely switched off to him.
Yeah, definitely.
Just because of the hand he got dealt. Yeah. You know, and he made a couple of... there was some times where I was questioning his tactics a little bit, yeah? But you do that with every manager. So can we, when we're actually in a good run, can we get behind him a little bit? Barry Bannon was rated the team's best performer, winning over 45.1% of... I'll round it. 45% of the vote. More than 73% of respondents believe Wednesday will finish in the playoffs. Would you be amongst them?
With how we're playing now, yes. But remember, at the start of the season, I did say mid-table. So this, for me, is good.
It's not the season, I said second.
That might still happen. You never know.
The reason I said second is because the players who were bringing in I was gambling on us gelling a little bit quicker and not getting all the injuries.
Oh, you poor man! You didn't factor in the big.
Plus, I was trying to bait people. Because people get it did definitely. People getting really annoyed at that. Typical Wednesday fan coming down to League One thinking you're going to boss the league. You don't know League One. We eat nails and drink.
Where did you put Donny? Was it 12?
And I was like, they're not going to be happy with this. They got really angry, like, how do you not think we're going to be in the playoffs? And I was like...
I'd be interested to remember where you put Lincoln as well.
Yeah, that's embarrassing, actually, now thinking about it. Yeah, I will be doing the end-of-season review at some point. So, just over 24% of the fans who took part in the survey think the Owls will not qualify for the end-of-season playoffs. That's kind of that didn't need that information compared to the other one. Yep. Only 2% of the Wednesday fans feel that they will gain automatic promotion. So 2% of Wednesday fans have been on the drink. Fair enough. We're not consistent enough at the minute. We've got some of it in there, but like the problem is the top of the table is tough to cling to.
I spoke to Dapper, another Donny fan, and they turned around and said they think this is what the end of the season table is going to look like. Right now.
Did they?
Yeah.
Right.
But they think swap NK Dons out for Wigan.
Right, okay,
Because that will be annoying if NK Don go up, considering what happened in January. You're gonna, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. With the Corbanu.
They're loving him over there.
Because even if it's like playoffs with MK Dons, and then he scores in the final against us.
I will say this now, though. I do not want Plymouth at the final. We have played Plymouth enough this season. I don't want it again.
That's it. That's if we can, because we've got a lot of players that have, well, not a lot, but like our captain, for example, he's been in 2 losing playoff sides, so that's going to motivate him. But there is still that there. We've not been able to get across the line.
No.
So I do worry. We are usually all right in playoffs, League One playoffs.
Yeah.
Having said that, we've not. Well, to be honest, though, we've not really been playoffs that often, have we? To say that we were all right in playoffs. We did what? I think our ratio of playoffs, thinking back now.
We did it once from League One, and we did it once Championship, and
twice Championship.
Well, it wasn't final, though, was it? It was...
Yeah, but it was playoffs.
Yeah,
so no,
playoffs,
we talk about our history in playoffs. Wednesday's actually probably not looking great. In my lifetime as a Wednesday fan, once we've gone up through them. Because we've only been in 3, because we were quite a consistently bad Championship side for quite a lot of years.
And then we got the money.
Right, this one has been, this next topic has been titled Big Predictions, which I think is brilliant headlining. I've not actually wrote that, Soph wrote this, so absolute mad lad there, Soph, well done. We're just talking about Patterson, basically, because we want to give some credit to Patterson for his recent displays. So we're going to take some of this from the Star, because he was speaking to the media, but the Star have written all this up. So he was speaking to the media ahead of the game at Hillsborough, saying, quote, towards the start of the season, it was more of a tiki-taka, trying to build all the way to the final product and get tap-ins. Now we've started to change it up. People expect us to pass all the way up to the goal, and now we're putting in crosses from deeper, crossing at all opportunities. It's fruitful for us. We can score lots of goals and create lots of chances from crosses, and it's massive for me, Sido, and all the other strikers to get involved. The Rotherham result was disappointing, but I thought we played really well, and they just got their typical goals from set pieces. So we need to sort of clamp down on that. We've just got to keep doing what we're doing. We create a lot of chances, and we need to start taking them.
Agree with that.
Yep. A win tomorrow, obviously, added to this. This is obviously what we've put in here. A win tomorrow, coincidentally, would keep us our consistency there, and it would bounce us above Sunderland, so we would be 5th place.
Yeah. Patterson's an interesting one because...
A win tonight, sorry.
I would like... The part of me that would like to see him get a new deal, because he does work hard, but I can understand why people don't want him to at the same time.
Yeah.
It's... When he's on form, he's really good, and he gives you that housery that you need in a team that can build things, and he's that vocal one. He's probably a little bit too vocal with him and Bannon at times, because it's very funny when you see him and Bannon having a go at a referee. It's like little and large act. But it is that situation where on his day when he can play, he's very good, and he's shown how versatile he is, and that's something Darren Moore obviously likes in a player. So if he still goes down that route, we're all still saying he's not a striker, but he's got 2 and 2.
Yeah, he's not a striker though.
No, he's not a striker, but he's getting.
But he's got 2 and 2, and you can't argue with that.
He's getting those scrappy goals that we tried at the start of the season. We were being too like you said, we were trying to pass it in.
I don't think he called himself a striker though. He's a utility player that can play as a striker, but naturally he's not a striker.
Like he said in the interview after the game, the only position he's not played yet is keeper.
Yeah, and wait until we've got an injury crisis at keeper.
Shut
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, I think we just need to reassess all the contracts at the end of the season, you know.
I understand why Chansiri's done that as well. Because people say, why are you not giving them contracts? Because we don't know what league we're going to be in.
Exactly. We got to start looking after ourselves on that front a little bit more. And if we miss out on some players, we miss out on some players. But remember, some of these players, like Patterson, for example, they're crap anyway, according to half of our fans. So why would you care if you didn't sign a contract? Yeah. But I tell you, them same fans will be the ones that slam Chansiri if Patterson does go on a hell of a run with us and then doesn't sign a contract, when they've been saying, oh, Patterson again, Patterson again, Patterson again.
I'm just trying to remember who put Patterson in defence first. Was it you or Darren Moore?
Me on FIFA, technically, yeah. It was me. But that's just because I looked at his stats and I was like, he'd make a fantastic centre-back. And he did. I am bringing the career mode back eventually, by the way. I get comments about that every day, and we had 100 like goals, lads. It's got 67 likes, and I'm still watching it. And I'm like...
Well, you like goal. You want an episode, innit?
Yeah. So I'm saying. I've got to move the Xbox and everything to actually do it again, so... I will do it, though, because... spoiler alert, quickly, pause your podcast or skip over this quickly if you don't want a spoiler for the Sheffield Wednesday podcast. Find the remote down somewhere or down the back of a chair or something. But Wednesday have just got to the Premier League in my career mode. That's why people want it back. Yeah. the hardcore audience of that.
They want to
please
see you
bring it
now.
back. We're literally about to... I've got a 75 rated Berahino banging him in. And it's a nice little save, to be honest, but I will bring it back. I'll probably just sit down and bulk record a season in the Prem and see what happens. I do Vardy is always an option as well when you're in the Prem, and Vardy's legs start to go, and it's quite realistic because you think about it, if he's still playing and Wednesday could do because I went double up. I went back. No, I didn't. 3 seasons.
Yeah.
First season. Championship, then I had a rebuild season, then I went up the next season. But yeah, I'll bring it back. Let's talk real football again, shall we? So, Darren Moore has been talking about sort of the culture around Wednesday. He's been speaking he spoke after the Charlton match to the media. We've taken this transcript from Yorkshire Live. Quote, "The big thing for me is about building a culture at the football club. We were speaking last week about it being 6 years since the club came back from losing a game. A game from behind, obviously, so coming from behind to win a game. A club Sheffield Wednesday size and ilk, I'm dumbfounded by that. I arrived at the football club and I wasn't deluded about the size of the task this club had. We just have to continue to work together. It's not me, Darren Moore, the manager. I'm just a cog in it. Everybody has to play their part, the players, the fans, everybody, in turning this club around and getting that good feeling and fortunes back in here, to get people coming back in here proud and supporting their team. We have tried to build a competitive team from this season, build that connection back with the fans. It was a broken club here and we still have work to do, but it's down to everybody. We want unity, we want oneness, we want togetherness, and you get that from performances like that. Hopefully the fans are seeing a group of players that care about the club and a club that means a lot to them." End quote. I like that.
Yeah. I don't think you get the Hutchinson-Palmer video without more. That came out. Because you notice starting to do a little bit more on that side in the community aspect. And... I think it's something that...
saying, I'm the perfect channel to run all that through Wednesday, by the way. I can do absolutely everything with that sort of thing. And I've got all the gear, so...
What he just said. Yes.
Yeah, I'll even do it for free because I'm like that, I guess. And Wednesday, I know you love not spending money at the minute, so why not?
You're going to get such a comment in the comment section.
Go on.
Yeah, he did it at Donny where he got people involved. When Donny had the floods, he was one of the ones who said, right, we need to go build around the community. And you've seen a bit of a community base. And granted, he's saying we need to get the fans back in. And there is a portion of fans that just don't like Darren Moore. They don't think he should be at our club. They don't think he's a good enough manager. They don't think he qualified enough. There were people in season. So that were going, look, he doesn't know how to play in League One. He did 2 seasons in League One with Donny and nearly got him promoted twice.
Yeah, and then but then the thing that no, Jake, you're forgetting. Oh, he left Donny when things started to look bad. Right, where are Donny now?
Yeah.
Just saying.
The duff bit, maybe there's something we didn't know what he saw coming and just thought, right, I'm going to do a new challenge.
So he saw that coming and decided to walk into Wednesday, for Christ's sake, where Wednesday were.
Yeah, like give him a bit of credit. He kind of went, oh, this is a stable job. I'm going to go to somewhere where I know everything's a mess. So fair credit to him. He seems like a bloke who likes the challenge. Do
you think the club's heading in the right direction?
Slowly but surely, yes. And it sounds like Chansiri's also heading in that direction as well. Where some of the stuff he said recently about we're not going to overspend on players, we're going to do things. The stuff about him coming out about the training ground, we were like, oh, we're just going to leave it in the cliff. No, he come out and said stuff about the training ground, which I was shocked by. I thought it'd be a thing. He said he's invested money into the facilities, he's invested money, but he can't do anything with it because he doesn't own it. There was talk about buying the picture behind it, but even if he bought the picture behind, went to the police, I think he said it was police land or something like that. It's still two pictures. Even if we got to Premiership, it's still not big enough. And granted, people criticised him to saying Premiership or Premier League because you're giving me that face. But the Premier League. But at the same time, I understand it because at the time it was about getting up, sorting the resources out at that side, and then maybe doing it. You look at what Leeds did. You look at what Burnley's done. Leeds and Burnley's a good example because they went up and they came back down. But that year they came down, they spent huge on their training ground. You look at Oxford training ground compared to ours. They just built it in 2019. It has got so many pictures. It's community-based. It's that community hub thing that we were talking about as well, where you can rent pictures and stuff. It's interesting to see that even Chansiri's shifting to it being more about the club and less about... I don't think it's ever been all about him, but it became that because of what happened.
If we had a community hub thing, I'd love to go down and do some videos down there or something. You know, like if we had pictures down there that you could rent out and stuff, I'd do stuff like that just for laugh.
Oh dear, I'm going to be a goalkeeper. You're going to take pot shots at me, aren't you?
That'd be abuse, surely. That'd be abuse, surely. I was watching the cup final last night thinking about you. All that stuff you said was great, by the way, because I was like, surely you can't go to Wembley anymore. No. If Wednesday gets at playoff final, you can't go.
No, I can't.
Because there's too much strobe used now.
Yep. I had to watch it at the end of the beginning of that. I had to watch it with sunglasses on, and looked. And the thing I have when I had it once that I was wearing sunglasses watching something. It was a concert, and I think my uncle came and said, "You pretentious." I was like, he looked at the telly and said, "Oh, he's doing it for safety." Yeah, it's all right.
No, yeah.
My sunglasses are stupidly dark. It's the lowest tint you can get. Or the higher tint, whichever way you go, you can get from Specsavers.
Oh dear, I'm just blind. I'm like that with my glasses. My frames are about this thick.
You got milk tops.
I haven't sort of shredded down, but even then, like I've got some thin frames at the minute, and it's horrific. My eyes are just so bad. Like at least I ain't getting conscripted. I can't see. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not getting conscripted. I can't keep conscious.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, bang! Oh, that
didn't work. Obviously, we're not laughing about the current conflicts. It's just the thought of Jake getting conscripted if it did happen. And yeah. Should we move on to the community topics, Jake?
Please.
So we got one this week. Maple Leaf wrote in and went, Dex and Jake, how do you feel about the recent postponed games? On one hand, it means a congested March schedule. On the other hand, it allows our squad to heal, and the additions of Gregory Windass, Mendes Lang Dunkley, Dean, Iorfa, need I go on, back in the squad may mean that these postponements could be in our favour.
You've missed another one here as well. 3, Daisy Watch. Gets in more money for the channel.
Yeah. No, I love it. I love it when they're on. I love it when they put on midweek and I can.
You're
watch
right, Keegan. You're fine.
I love the fact that this topic actually, this community topic just basically says what I was saying earlier. These players are, in my opinion, what you've said there in the latter half is going to be the fact that these postponed matches will work in our favour because you'll have players coming back.
You'd rather have the points on the board, but in our situation, you want the player fit. And if we can have the player fit to get us through this last little bit, this actually works out really well for us. Like, the only thing we got to win the games we got in hand.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's a lot. I think it's only 2 that we said. It's this one and Fleetwood.
Two games in hand, yeah.
Yeah. So I think we get those players back because it's looking like Mendes Lang's injury is not as bad as it first thought. He's already doing gym work and stuff. So.
It's almost as if Chansiri was out like, sort of like, oh, what's that, Chansiri? Mendes Lang's picked up an injury. Hang on. What are you doing with that hose pipe, Chansiri? Hang on. Wait, where you going with that? What's happened? Why are you taking that in through the tunnel? I don't think we're meant to water the pitch that much, Chansiri. What are you doing? What? Oh, we got another injury. Oh,
well,
the Don's flooding. What are you doing opening all the flood defences, Chansiri? What's going on here?
Well, if we can get Dunkley back, at one point Dunkley was coming in for crosses like it was no one business. Do you remember that game where he just came for every single corner?
Mm.
And
yeah, and he kept scoring.
He did. So if what the one, if we can get the player back, I don't think there's much more. And if you look at the players that are out, it's mainly defenders with the odd one with Fizz and Adeniran, who's out long term.
He'll always be Adeniran to me, but it is Adeniran. Yeah.
But Adeniran was actually in the crowd at Donny as well, which I found out.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But hopefully we can get these back, and quicker the better. And the one thing I will say is that come summer, hopefully, well, we will have money. Let's see if we can go out and get either a young striker to build and be our like new Lucas Yao, which we thought it was going to be, or get someone who's experienced but got enough years left in him.
Yeah, I concur. Let's move on to the matches that Wednesday are playing this week. So tonight, the night of this podcast, Sheffield Wednesday take on Burton Albion, who are currently on 44 points, 14th in League One. I zoomed in like 200%. Their record is 12-8-15 on 44 points. That home record is 8-4-6. So 8 wins at home, 4 draws, 6 losses, 28 points. Their away record is 4-4-9, getting only 16 points. So they're much better at home, which Wednesday will take because it is obviously at Hillsborough. Their last match was a 2-0 loss to Shrewsbury, and we are facing them on the back of that. You really struggle
with that team.
It's because that commentator always used to say Shrewsbury. You've heard me say it every week now. I do struggle with that team, yeah. We need to keep an eye out for Brayford, who has got 5 goals this season, so he's one to watch out for. Probably Thomas O'Connor with 5 as well. Then you've got Daniel Johnson with 7. So there is some players there that can score some goals. Connor Shaughnessy's got 2 assists. So has Tom Hamer. So has Borthwick Jackson, who's got the most assists. Johnny Smith, by the looks of it, with 4. So players to keep an eye on. And then on to Saturday.
Ironically, wasn't it the Burton game we were complaining about their pitch? How bad it was.
Moving on to Saturday, Sheffield Wednesday play Lincoln City. So we were talking about Lincoln a little bit earlier on. This is at Lincoln's ground as well. They currently have 35 points this season, 18th in League One. Their record is 9-8-16. Home record 4-4-10. They've lost 10 games at home, 16 points. Their away record is 5-4-6, 19 points. They've got a better away record, and we're playing them at their ground. They've only won 4 there, so you know what's coming.
And they lost at Gillingham, who were struggling at the minute.
They lost 2-0.
I was speaking to a Lincoln fan.
They don't have a midweek match.
Yeah, and I was speaking to the Lincoln fan. He was like, I don't think the thing to call for the manager's head or anything, but something not right there at the minute. He said something's off.
Yeah, the next time they play is against us, so they'll be trying to fire back from that.
Also, remember Chris Maguire played for Lincoln.
Oh God, yeah. I think he'd be quite respectful if he scored against us. In fairness, he was last time, even after all that time. However, maybe worth keeping an eye out for Anthony Scully as well. He's got 8 goals, 6 assists this season. So
a lot of them
keep an eye on him.
Penalty spot. Well,
yeah. So just watch them falling about in the box because Anthony Scully likes to put them away.
Yeah.
But yeah, couple of wins will do very nicely there if Wednesday can actually do it, and I will be very happy next week because that will be consistency personified, really, won't it? If we can get 2 wins from that. Yep, 2 teams that aren't out of the realms of possibility of Wednesday getting all 6 points. But you know what Sheffield Wednesday usually do in those scenarios, so we'll have to see how that one plays out. But that is it from me. Jake, have you got anything to add this week, buddy?
Join us tonight for that 30 watch and have a good time.
Indeed. Yeah, let's talk. Let's see the first, if anybody triggers Kadeem. I'm never getting rid of that man.
No, not. And some people were asking in, I think it was either in the Discord or something, Kadeem Harris is out of Ukraine now. He put something on Instagram saying his family are safe, everything fine, because all people asking, because everyone remember was like, oh, hang on, he went to Ukraine. But he's out. Yeah. He's out of the country, they're safe, but like he said, just pray for everyone over there and stuff. And
just to add, just to finish it off, I think we do have to finish it off on that note. All our best to anybody suffering from this at the minute. Everybody stay strong. You never know what situation. Always put yourself in somebody else's shoes and just, I guess just, we hope for the best. We hope for peace. That's all we can ever hope for, really, in these situations. And I hope you have the best week you can possibly have, given the circumstances of everything going on in the world, guys. But that is it for this week's episode of the Talking Wednesday podcast. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.